Hey there, and welcome. Think of this as your personal training guide for getting through those, awkward conversations. Together, we're going to build a social skills toolkit full of phrases and a new way of thinking that'll help you handle pretty much any situation with confidence. Let's kick things off with a story that might hit a little too close to home.
So get this. This quote is from a guy named Mike who got stuck in one of those hilariously awkward moments. He's at the grocery store. Some guy starts chatting with him, and Mike, who doesn't quite understand what's being said but is too nervous to admit it, just nods and says yes over and over. Well, the guy ends up giving Mike his phone number. And Mike's response? He totally panics, snatches the piece of paper, and literally bolts for his car.
Come on, we've all been there, right? We can all relate to Mike's panic. That feeling where your brain just shuts down, you freeze up, and the only thing you want to do is escape. It happens to the best of us. But the secret isn't avoiding that moment. It's learning how to handle it instead of letting it handle you. And believe it or not, that all starts with your mindset.
Okay, so before we even get into the what to say part, we have to build the right foundation. I'm telling you, the single biggest step you can take to get over social anxiety is to completely change how you think about making mistakes.
So look at this. On one side, you have that fear-based mindset. That little voice that says, I have to be perfect, I can't mess up. But on the other side, we have the growth mindset. This is where we want to be. It reframes every single mistake, every awkward pause, as a chance to learn something new. Shifting from fear to growth, that's step one.
And this is the absolute truth. It's the heart of it all. Even native speakers get awkward and make mistakes all the time. The goal is not perfection, it's confidence. And the only way to build confidence is by trying. And yes, sometimes messing up. There is zero shame in that.
All right, mindset check? Good. Now let's get into the practical training. We're starting at level 1, navigating neutral territory. These are those low-stakes, everyday moments that can still feel super awkward, like small talk or just not understanding someone.
Okay, this is a big one. It's a classic panic moment, right? Someone's talking really fast, or maybe they have a thick accent, and you feel that wave of embarrassment because you're totally lost. But all you need is to stay calm and have a simple phrase ready to go.
Here are 3 amazing tools for your kit. First, a simple sorry with an upward inflection. That's usually all you need. If you're in a more professional setting, could you repeat that please? Is just perfect. And my personal favorite, if you got most of it but just missed a word, is I didn't quite catch that. It's a really natural way to ask. And when we say catch something, it just means to hear it or understand it clearly.
Now, here's a super important little detail. You might just say what to your close friends, and that's fine, but in a more professional setting with a boss or a colleague, what can sound a little sharp, maybe even a bit rude. Sorry is always the safer, more polite choice. Okay, next scenario, the dreaded awkward silence. We all know it. You're in an elevator or you're waiting in a line and the silence is just heavy. The solution is actually really simple, a little bit of small talk. And all that is just light, friendly chatter about neutral things. So what do you talk about? Well, here are some super safe, easy options. The weather's a classic for a reason. Crazy weather we're having, huh? It just works. You could also mention your surroundings, like, this room's really nice. Or a polite compliment can work wonders. Just make sure it's appropriate. Focus on an item like a cool jacket or a nice watch. Keep it professional.
Time to level up. Welcome to Level 2, your graceful exit strategy. This is a tougher skill, but it's so important. It's all about how you politely end a conversation, especially when the other person just keeps talking.
Having a few exit lines in your back pocket is a game changer. I should probably get going is a nice, gentle way to start wrapping things up. I hate to run, but is another great one. It just means you need to leave quickly, and it's good to give a quick reason. And then, it was nice talking to you is the perfect way to close the door on the conversation, but on a really positive note.
And hey, don't forget that your body language has to match what you're saying. A quick glance at your watch, checking your phone for a second, or even just starting to turn your body away, these are all powerful, nonverbal signals that you're getting ready to leave. When you combine them with your words, it makes your exit so much smoother.
But what if you're really stuck with a chatty coworker? Here's a 3-step game plan. First, you politely interrupt. Sorry to cut in, but then, if you need to, redirect the topic. That's interesting, and speaking of that, to try and steer the conversation. And if all else fails, just be direct but polite. Well, I actually need to get back to my work now. And now,
Our final level of training, the art of recovery. This is maybe the most important one. It's all about what you do after you've made a mistake. You've said the wrong thing, called someone by the wrong name, because it's going to happen.
First up, let's clear up two simple words people mix up all the time. Excuse me is what you say before you do something, like trying to squeeze past someone in a crowded room. Think of it as preventative. Sorry is what you say after you've already made the mistake, like if you actually bump into them. It's reactive.
And of course, how you apologize totally depends on the situation. For example, if you spill coffee on your boss's desk, a formal "I apologize" is probably the way to go. But if you do the same thing to your best friend, a quick, casual "oh, my bad" is totally fine. Choosing the right tone is really key.
Okay, this next one is pure gold. You have to remember this phrase. For those moments when you say something and it just doesn't sound right, you just say, "Sorry, that came out wrong. What I meant was," boom. It instantly acknowledges the mistake and gives you a second chance to clarify. It's a lifesaver.
Whew, we've covered so much ground. For this last part, we're reaching the summit. We're going to bring everything together and summarize the most powerful magic keys you now have in your social skills toolkit.
I just love thinking about these phrases this way. They're not just words, they're like magic keys. Each one is specially designed to unlock a specific kind of awkward social situation, turning a moment of total panic into one of calm, cool control.
And here they are, your essential magic keys all in one place. When you don't understand, could you repeat that, please? Need to leave. I should probably get going. Need to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt, but for a formal mistake, I apologize. And for a casual oops, my bad. This is your go-to cheat sheet.
But remember, knowing these keys is one thing. Using them is another. Real confidence only comes from practice. So, my question to you is, which magic key will you try out first? Pick one, just one, and make it your mission to use it. Because every awkward moment is really just a chance to practice and grow. You've got this.